What's up, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Crow, which is conversion rate optimization with Jason Wright, and that's me. So today we're going to talk about Beach's Restaurant, and if you don't know who they are, it's a great establishment here in Vancouver, Washington. And we're just going to kind of talk about some ideas that might improve the overall experience of the site. When you look at this, you're not exactly wowed. And that's okay because we might want users to take a specific action that we don't want to distract them. We just want them to go and take that specific action. Now, I think what's tough here for me is having been someone who's gone to beaches many times in the past, is that the website doesn't convey the energy, the atmosphere, or the quality of the restaurant. Um, Instead, we're met here with a really basic navigation structure here at the top that you can see. And the images, this one here is really good. I love the side by side, but these are a little grainy, not the best. This is not the best photo either. The little the guy that's at the bottom here. Hold on, let's go back to that. Look at this guy. Who is this? Look at this guy. He's like, it feels weird. It feels like he's photoshopped in there. I mean, I know he's not. It's probably just the cropping, but I just cannot help but stare at that guy. And this brings up a great point that I want to share in terms of CRO, which is your eyes are going to be drawn to specific sections on the site. And funny enough, because this is such like a because this is such a plain design, you can't help but look at this mask here. That should be drawing your eye in a very sort of annoying way too, because your eye, like, you want to see this content. I can't select it because it's an image, but you really want to read this content, but I cannot help but look at this mask. And then I look down across because this guy, where he's positioned, the light is so bright that he looks like a shining beacon at the bottom of the page. So my eyes like kind of see this online, boom, red, boom, shiny guy. So there's room for opportunity, to so there's room to make adjustments and whatnot to help improve the overall flow of this site. Now, if we take a look at the top here, we've got some navigation. You've got a hero image. And okay, well, you just got a footer. So sometimes we refer to this as a brochure site. So basically, not a lot of content, couple images, some context, but ultimately it's there for show. Unfortunately, there's some things here that could probably be improved to kind of give people that better, I don't know, experience or vibe. We've got a Vancouver menu, which that's good. I mean, it helps people understand, what the focus and target is. Let's take a look at lunch menu. So what's really tough about menus is, in the old SEO world, we're like, put your menus in there, get it all typed up and all that. But, what I found from working with clients over the years, and it makes sense. This is really hard to maintain. And it doesn't have to do with the web technology so much as it has to do with just things in the industry changing. You can change your seasonal, or you're out of a product, or product has to go up because of cost of pork has increased. And, the micromanagement of this can be a lot of work. And in a lot of ways, it's almost just better and easier to actually just link to a PDF of a menu. And because, these sites are really meant to bring you to the restaurant, right? Or maybe order online. It's less of a concern in terms of like having lists like this. We're almost starting to expect seeing PDFs of menus and images and whatnot, especially as we're going into restaurants today and needing to use a QR code to scan in order to bring up a menu on our phones, which is often a PDF or a photo or whatever. This isn't bad by any means, but I just, in terms of keeping this updated is tough. And so where that leads is to user experience. So like if I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh, razor clams, okay. Yeah, let's get let's get that. And then I go to order, but then it's not available. That's a poor user experience, right? Now there is still a level of micromanaging and having to upload PDFs and whatnot, but that's way easier than updating all these individual menus. Okay, so we got location, hours, reservation. Okay. Kind of tough because, obviously this isn't a highly customized site, but the context is clear. So not really taking reservations. Let's see. So in taking a look at this, what page did I go to? I went to call. Um, this is violating accessibility guidelines that are federally set guidelines. So that's something that has to change because you can't read the I mean, nobody can read that content, regardless of vision impairment. If you can read that content, good for you. Um, but it's super super hard to read. Let's take a look at community. Same thing. It's violating accessibility. A lot of companies don't understand this right now because accessibility isn't being talked about nearly as much as it should be, but that is going to be a sticking point. Calendar doesn't seem to be worth having on the site right now. This is a low res video, it looks like. Let's go ahead and play this. I have no idea why they have this old video on their site. It's cool. It's nostalgic for sure. But that really sends a point home that this business is not keeping their presence updated online. Gift. Okay. Join the team. Download application. I got some social media links. Uber Eats delivery. Order takeout. Let's see where this goes. Okay, it goes offsite. Oh man, that is a system. I mean, it looks pretty clear and concise, but so many people are using Uber Eats and DoorDash. Okay, let's see what happens. Same page. So I'm just doing this to get the lay of the land and try and get an understanding of, what their navigation structure looks like. All right, so I have kind of a clear idea here. Some recommendations. Order online should stick out the most, especially in this COVID world. Social media, push to the footer. Order online, push to the right. Phone number next to it, followed by maybe some centered or left-aligned navigation. Utilize the space better, and then just open up this area for some really great photography, like boats on the water, some really stellar cocktail images, things that make you thirsty and hungry, like those sandwiches right there, like the crispy little. No, go back. You go back. You go back. Okay. Look at these crispy edges. You got these French fries. Okay, this is the vibe I'm talking about. Setting this tone. And then you got this nice person here, which is like cool. It seems like relaxed and whatnot, kind of island style. But then you have this. You're like, okay, well, there's a salt shaker, and okay. And then you got this guy, which this guy down here. And you got Red Mask Gal, which is distracting, and then this looks like a low quality image. I don't mean the context of the image is low quality. I mean the visual clarity is really low, and I can tell by the colors back here and the pixelation that this was a lower resolution camera that took this photo. Okay, so let's do a few things. You're probably like, okay, I'm in this video. It's really not very exciting. That's okay. This is meant to be somewhat of a technical discussion, but let's get into a few things here. So what I want to do, I'm just going to do this on my other screen so that I can do this quickly, but I'm going to move over a XD file here that's blank, and I'm just grabbing a screenshot on my other screen. If you don't have this plugin, it works really good. Well, it's extension rather, but it's called Go Full Page for Chrome, and it is really good at taking a full page screenshot. So we're not going to take a whole lot of time here. Of course, every time I say this, I take 12 hours, so bear with me, okay? So here we've got this, and all I want to do is kind of mock up a few things. So I'm going to move some stuff around, make sure I got some space here. That's the Beaches logo you can't see. And I don't really have anything else I can steal at the moment, but I'll show you what I'm going to do. And again, it's not going to be anything super fancy, but let's go ahead and boom. Now I've been to beaches, and the thing is, the word itself implies meaning, right? So beach, water, ocean, uh, seaside, sand in the toes. So you want this to be fun and playful and energetic. So let's just do a few things. Let's get some guidelines set up. I hate that I have to design in 240 margins here. That's just because average screen resolution is 1440 or less. That makes up like 70% of the market, which annoys the heck out of me, and we're not going to talk about right now. But let's go ahead and put that there. And then we're just going to put this here so we can kind of see what this top portion has. And let's hide this. We can mess with stuff later. Alright, so we got a little button here. So let's draw a little button. Now I want this to be bigger, badder, bolder. Right? So since we got a oceany type of color up here, let's find something that really stands out, which can be tough because you're dealing with this bright blue, and so it can make it kind of weird to find a color that contrasts well. But it could be white, it could be yellow. I think what we'll do is we'll go white for now and not get too hung up on this. Okay, let's make that, and then we can go boom. Now, that's okay. And let's see here. Let's play a little bit. So you can see that this is more challenging to do on that super bright background, but it gives you that sandy feeling, and we really want that feeling. What I'm trying to look for is a contrasty color that makes sense, but you can see how difficult this is. Maybe we just go with a blue here and we pump that up, and then maybe we make this guy darker. We can run with that. It's not the prettiest. Let's do that font for now. And let's take this down a little bit. Is that doing anything? Yes, very slightly. Alright. And let's shrink that. So we got order online. And then let's do phone number. 360 123 4567. Okay. Boom. Now you can kind of see that contrast is a little difficult here. So I think we will switch this back to white, and we'll go like that for now. I am at 100% zoom, so the scale that you're seeing should be accurate. Let's do because they only have Vancouver right now. Probably better to do menu, community. I'm just gonna hover on my other screen here. Location, hours, reservation. Okay. So locations, hours, reservation. Alright. Now, something that might have to change here is color. So let's go ahead and use the Stark plugin. you can get from XD. You can check contrast, so 2:2. So this violates accessibility standards right now, which means this has to be darker. And a lot of us in the design community are just not very excited about this stuff because what's the result is designing things are flatter. So if we check contrast of that, so 3:1 large text we pass. So this is large text, so we're good there, and we'll leave that. But you know, now it just doesn't have the same vibe, right? This is just the challenge that we're going to face as a community. Okay, so we're going to leave that. We don't need any of this social stuff. And, you know, like, look here. So, you know, we'll wrap this up, but you've got this photo, and that's kind of the next main area. So let's go ahead and go copy, paste, and then shift drag. Well, forget the shift. Let's take that, and let's just bring this color down. So I just want to find a photo, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a Google search on my other screen. Yeah, look at this. This is super nice. Here, let me get this over here. Well, because this is the fun part, because of the resolution of that image, it does not fit well. So let's take this one. So kind of like that. It's like, look, it gives the vibe that people are hanging out, having a good time. Um, I, I, I like the presentation of that. Let's see if we can find a different one. And if not, that's fine. Just see what we got here on my other screen. There are lots of photos that are empty tables and chairs. We don't want to show that, you know, it's easy to go that route because, like, oh, it's clean and there's no distracting colors. But at the same time, then, you know, if like I put this one in here, but but no one's here, all right? So kind of gives a weird vibe. Now, because, you know, not actually working with this client, I don't have any actual photography to work with. We're just going to stick with this, but, you know, if you look down here, it's like, oh man, you know, we got a similar vibe going on, but there's a few things here that we could do to kind of spice things up. So if we go paste, black, let's bring this down. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to give sort of a premium experience or feel to all this. So let's go highlight, send it back. Let's switch this. All right, and then we're going to make a headline here. Let's say, delicious cocktails and okay, don't hate me if I spell this wrong. So part of this is content, right? Like getting the message out there that you want. Let's boom, boom. Okay, now let's scale this guy up. Let's bring this spacing down. And let's darken this a little bit more. Might even use that blue. That's too much. Okay, and then let's do a paragraph of text here that says, let's go like that. Beaches offers family-friendly dining. With some of the best seafood entrees in town. Now I know, don't flame me, okay? I know there's typos in there. I'm not worried about that. I didn't go to school to be expert in English, so don't hate me too much. Okay, so boom. Let's take off bolding there. Now we still might be violating accessibility a little bit here. So, we can address that another time. We're not going to get into that right now. So something that we might do here is because it's feeling a little awkward, right? So let's go boom, boom, center, boom. Let's make this guy wider. There we go. Okay, I like it. See, I like where this is going because you're starting to get more of a premium feel. Let's go boom. Take this, border 2 pixels white, and let's go white. Now, let's assume reservation comes back. Let's go ahead and change this one to make a reservation. Okay, let's make that all caps, and let's expand that out. Alright, now let's just make sure that let's get rid of that highlight and make sure that these are centered here. Okay, now typically what you want to do is you want to have these be a solid fill color. So what we'll do for this one is we'll go take that blue, take that off, and we could add some accents to that, but we're not here to do a whole redesign project for them right now. So let's go ahead and group those guys, center that, and let's go ahead and grab ourselves an icon using Noun Project. It's like $100 a year, something like that. But then you have access to thousands of icons, and it is worth every single penny. Okay. Let's go with cocktails because the money is in the cocktails. So let's create that emotional response for the user of just like island drink, just chill vibes. I don't want to go with anything too heavy, but also don't want it to be too basic. So let's just run with this guy here. Okay, that looks good. Let's go boom, white. All right, nice. Okay, so I don't want to mess anything up here, so let's take that, center it. Let's get our little cocktail glass. Boom. Good. Highlight, group, center that. Now check out the feel of this. If we take a look at before, after, way better, right? And we're gonna wrap this up here, but I'll show you what my next thing would be if I was doing more. So let's go ahead and take this. And all I'm gonna do here is I'm just creating content sections, so don't think too much into this. I always use gray to help highlight things. But I would probably do this little thing here, like kind of a little grid. And let's grab this image I saw here. I don't know. Yeah, it says beaches, so I'll grab a little food picture there. We got, look at this. That's stunning. Can I put that back there? Oh, hold up. Hold up. We might even have a different photo here. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Okay. But what I would do is something a little different. So I'll show that. But let me just plug a few more pictures in here. Yeah, get some food in there, Steal some photos. Let's get some food. Public domain, man. Look at that. Okay, so there's more that we would do here. We would space these out probably a little bit more, have some content. Might have some borders on here, and just spice it up a little bit. But now you get a whole different vibe. One of these columns might be location, food, and community, right? So you can play with that. But let's just duplicate this here. Make sure this guy is right there. Okay, let's just squeeze that over there. So now let's go find that sunset picture, because man, the whole vibe changes. Like, look, boom, drop that in, and then let's leave this in here. But now let's tone this down. And if you're like, I'm not too big of a fan of the blue, look, there's different things you can do. You can make this black, right? Like, you see how premium this feels now? Black just has that effect, right? I don't know anybody who hates black. That's just, it just creates that premium experience. But you need other color because you want to, you want things to contrast and have that balance. But anyway, so you have like dark, mysterious, and then you have brighter. You got like families, which having humans is always best. It's just interesting how much it changes the tone. So anyway, I hope you found this helpful. Um, Conversion rate optimization is something that's really difficult to break down because there's so many different categories. But I guarantee you, and I promise you, that while beaches may thrive off of brand, for people who've never been to beaches, this isn't very compelling, right? But seeing people, look how busy, so they must be good, right? It's a sunny day. It's literally right on the river. And oh my God, look at this food. This burger looks like, well, that's something. All right. So, that might be enough for me to go. And the headline, delicious cocktails and succulent seafood on the river. I mean, if that doesn't get you, I don't know what will. Anyway, again, my name is Jason Wright. Thank you for joining in on another episode of Crow, and I will see you again next time.